Do you think you can be a thought leader? Or is that way outside of your comfort zone right now? But you have this deep inner yearning, this deep inner knowing that that is exactly who you are and what you're meant to be. If we break thought leadership down, we are all thought leaders because we all have thoughts. And what makes a thought leader is they own their thoughts, they stand behind their thoughts, and they claim their thoughts, and they think unique thoughts. But we all think unique thoughts. Like a thought leader is somebody who brings something new into the world. Now we can say there's nothing new that is, that we can still create. Everything has already been created, but it's the way that things are put together. Like in my case, for example, I am drawing on my experience as a theater director. I'm drawing on my experience as a transformational life coach. I'm drawing on my experience and training as a tantra teacher to bring all of that into the way I help my clients now to write their transformational business books, their legacy, helping them step into their thought leadership. I do it in a very unique way. And if you do enough inner reflection, you will find your unique essence if you haven't already. You will figure out what is that connecting thought, what is that through line that makes you uniquely you. And when you can express that, you are a thought leader. When you have the confidence and the courage to stand behind that and show up as that and in that wisdom, you are a thought leader. And the only thing then that's missing is a book to back you up, a book to give you that tangible credibility. And I'm looking around to have a book on my table. I only have my notebook here, my journal. Actually, I do have a book, but it's not my book. But Julia Cameron, for example, The Artist's Way, this has been one of the most influential books in my life because it helped me to write myself into clarity. It connected me back to my artist, to my, I've been putting so much information into myself that the input was bigger than the output. And thought leaders have that balance right. They have a growth mindset. They learn, they absorb, they assimilate, but then they also, in the assimilation, in the integration of that knowledge that comes from the outside and integrating it with whatever is already within them, with their life experience, their story, their expertise, that becomes something unique. That becomes a unique thought, a unique product that you can bring out into the world. So that was a very long ramble about thought leadership and how we are all thought leaders if we have the courage to dig a little into our history, into our story, to understand our story, to understand the hero's journey that we've gone on, so that we can then communicate that clearly and to the world and make our reflections on our experience the contribution that we're here to make to the world in order to make an impact, in order to shift lives, in order to create aha moments and transformations for others. So your story can do that. Because when we can tease out the universal theme in our story, it connects us to everyone and everything, because we've all experienced abandonment. We've all experienced doubt. We've all experienced procrastination. We've all experienced rejection. We've all experienced overwhelm. We've all experienced some level of abuse. So when you share yours, when you identify what is that theme that I have that is universal, you then share your story through that lens of that universal theme. You then bring in your experiences and your wisdom, your teaching points. Suddenly you have something, a product that is incredibly powerful, that can inspire and transform your reader to step into their own thought leadership, into their own zone of genius, into their own highest potential. And for me, that is what it's all about. That's what I love helping clients with, to figure out what is that for them so that they can, with their books, inspire others to find that out for themselves. And the ripple effect continues. And we raise the vibration on the planet, we raise consciousness, and we come into our power. And when we are in our power, and we that means we can step into peace, inner peace, and the world can change. I know, big picture, bit simplified, but in essence, that is my mission. That is why I do what I do, to help you find your embodied expertise, to find your inner thought leader, and bring that out for the contribution of the whole, of the greater good. So with that in mind, I am going to invite you, if it feels aligned for you, to start digging into your story and to start sharing it. Now, I've got a couple of opportunities open at the moment for you to do so. We have the Aligned Author Sanctuary, which used to be called the Solo Book Incubator. The Aligned Author Sanctuary is a place where you can, in a group setting, with my guidance, firstly plan and write your book. Get really clear on what is your unique essence, what is your unique teaching, what is that journey, and therefore what is the transformation you can inspire in your ideal client, so that you come out with a book. Depends on your intention, right? It can be a book because you want to leave a legacy. It can be writing a book because you want to have a lead magnet and attract ideal clients to you so that they can get to know, like, and trust you through reading your book. It can be another reason, but mainly those two. It is to share your story because you've had a story, and if your story can just help one person and save one person's lives, then you have done your job. So that is open for enrollments, the Aligned Author Sanctuary. And then we also have my unique Five-Author Anthology. Now that is basically a compilation book, a multi-author book, but only with 5 authors. And what that does is it sits right in the middle between the multi-author books, where you get 3,000 words and you just have to squeeze your story in, and being a solo author. Excuse me. So I have a success story, the Aligned Success book series. And I won't go into it too much in this video. I'll just simply send you to the website. The topics in this is empowerment, where we're looking at the difference and how do we harmonize flow and focus, right? How do we harmonize the masculine, feminine qualities within us, the yin and the yang? How do we bring that in together for integrated mastery? That is book number 1 in the series. Book number 2 is called The Magnetic Manifestation. And this is ideal for contributors who are working in manifestation, spirituality, aligned business, success coaches. It's about how do we tap into manifesting our ideal life? What are the principles and tools we can tap into to do that? The third book in the series is called The Aligned Abundance, and that is for creative, for business coaches who are working in alignment with higher principles to help, about how do we manifest prosperity. That's really what this is all about. So it's for money coaches, it's for business coaches, to help coaches and healers and anybody who's looking to build their wealth and call in the abundance. How do we do that? So those are the 3 books. 5 authors each. And what is unique about these books, which is really important, is that we don't just write a book. We find a way to bring all 5 authors into an integrated partnership where you create one program that we sell at the same time as we sell the book, giving you an immediate return on investment. So that is the really exciting thing about this book, because I was thinking, well, how can I give immediate value? So we're creating an online program that is going to be taught live with replays. With the content of the book. And so we're creating the content curated by me in a cohesive way where there's a beautiful through line. So there is an application process. If you're curious, if you want to come into that, to really step into your thought leadership, come and have a chat with me. We'll see how it's aligned with your personal goals, with your business goals, with the contribution you want to make to the world and the readers who are going to read this book. All right, I'm really excited for this year. I'm really excited to seeing many of us really stepping into our embodied wisdom, into our aligned abundance, and thriving as we are raising the vibration, the frequency, and the consciousness on the planet together. Bye for now.